What is going down, guys? Hope everyone is good. Welcome back to the channel. First things first, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone on the support in the last two videos. They've been absolutely sick. First with a back workout, second with a chest workout. The support has been real and I appreciate it. We're back in the gym. It's a busy Monday night and we're hitting these legs. So part 3 is a leg session, all right? Get yourselves ready for this, guys, because it's going to be crazy intense. A lot of volume, a lot of sets, a lot of reps. We're going to blow these legs up and yeah, make it count. I always like to start my leg session with leg extensions, just to really get the quads activated. Nothing too intense, just to get a little bit of blood in the muscle. And then we're actually going to do this as our first working exercise to get a couple of warm-ups done, and then we'll get into working sets. Sets I'm looking at around 20 reps, just again nice and controlled, bringing them up, contracting the muscle, and coming all the way back down before the pin stack actually touches. Up, squeeze, hold, and down. Up, squeeze, hold, and down. So just keeping the rest time nice and short in these warm-up rounds, literally just keeping the weight nice and light, just getting some blood fired into the legs. That's it, burning already, just after 2 sets, all right? So I think one of the main things that I just want to start this session off with is what I've said previously in the last couple of videos. If you're not feeling that exercise, it's not working, all right? When I'm extending my legs right here, I'm actually extending the legs up, squeezing the quad muscles. This is the most isolation exercise you will ever find in the gym, I think. All it's going to hit is your quads. All you need to do is bring the leg up, contract the quad, and then control back down, all right? But if you don't squeeze that muscle at the top, you're not going to get that full contraction. As you'll see on my leg right there, okay? I'll show you exactly what I mean. As I bring my legs up, you're going to see the muscle contract there, all right? So if I'm missing out on that contraction, I can't see this, I can't see this, and I can't see this. Am I really even working my legs? No. All right, so as I'm coming down, I'm stretching the muscle out. As I'm coming up, squeezing the muscle as hard as I can. Control down, squeezing the muscle as hard as I can. All right, this is going to be my 3rd warm-up set. That burns already. All right, and again, the sole purpose of this exercise is to get everything fired up, is to get everything activated in my quads. Time to get in the zone now because we're going to start working. All right, my quads are feeling pretty activated. I can feel like there's some blood in there right now. So all we're going to start doing for the first working exercise, guys, is really going deep on these quads, okay? So I'm just going to start pyramiding the weight up. As I increase the weight, I'm going to drop the reps slightly, and then we're going to do a horrible little set on the end. As always, if you've watched the last 2 videos, you'll know the score. I like pyramiding the weight up, so I get the weight in. I also like getting the reps in while it's nice and light, building that weight up, and then throwing something disgusting on that last set, just to really over fatigue, push as much blood in the muscle as possible, and just ruin me, basically. So that's how it goes. Get the weight moving. Get horrible. All right, one thing about legs, you gotta not be scared of that pain, man. You gotta learn to embrace the pain, because if you can do that and embrace and actually enjoy that pain, you're gonna get way more out of your sessions. All right, so I'm gonna up the weight and I'm probably going to shoot for 10 to 12, somewhere like that. Everything's filling up, so that as soon as we get on that hack squat, whether we've got 120 aside or 5, I'm going to be feeling every single rep, get all the way down, get all the way back up and just bust myself into the ground. One more set on this, all right, third and final working set, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a nice heavy set once again, and then I'm going to do a drop set. On that drop set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 different positions with my knees. And basically what I'm going to try and do to start things off is I'm going to turn my knees out. When I turn my knees out, I'm going to contract the insides of my quads, and then after I've done them, I'm going to close my legs, I'm going to drive to here, and I'm going to really focus on the outer sweep of my quads. So we're going to go heavy, then drop the weight and go ins and outs. All right, this is going to be horrible. If you try this, trust me, do try it. It's disgusting. Here we go, out first. I win. Oh my God. When you're hitting that outer and inner on there, you're really going to get that sort of inner teardrop shape there to your legs. When you're looking at your legs, you've got to try and get that inner teardrop, and then you've got to get the outer sweep. If you want that dome-shaped quad like that, you've got to really think about that. Now my legs are completely fired up. As soon as we go over there and hit that hack squat, everything is going to be right where it needs to be. All right, so we're on the monster hack squat. This is what I'm talking about. This is probably my favorite leg machine in this gym. Just purely because you can change the angle to suit your physique. So me having relatively long legs, I'm able to actually put it on this angle right here, where I feel like I can get proper depth, get all the way down, and then get straight back up, and every single little bit is going through my quads. My quads are absolutely wrecked just from doing that warm-up. And the thing is, if you try this workout and they're not, you need to be squeezing hard on them leg extensions, because that is the whole purpose of them. Put them in before you do this so that you're already pre-fatigued. Right, so we're gonna get a little bit of warm-up done on this, see how this feels, and then we'll start working up. Right, so as you can see, when I'm on that hack squat, I'm getting my feet on the board and I'm getting them in a position where they're not too high up the board, right, because I'm overstretching the underside of my legs. Hack squat is predominantly going to hit your quads, so really focusing on the quads when we're hitting this movement. So you need to line your feet up with your position, all right? When I'm doing that, I'm thinking about, I'm coming down, I'm driving through my heel. So as I push up, I'm pushing everything through that heel, and it's going all the way up here straight into my quads, okay? So bear that in mind when you're on the hack squat next. Get your feet in the right position. And I actually find it a little bit more beneficial. I turn my feet out just slightly, and it helps me open up my hips a little bit more. If you've got tight hips, then definitely worth doing. Because if your feet stand straight on, your hips are gonna stay pretty closed up. I just go just a little bit, almost like 11 and 1. I'm doing another round on this just to make sure my knees are nice and warm, and then work up. No half reps. Remember what we said in the chest workout and the back workout. No matter whether there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plates on here, the form always stays the same. We always get all the way down, we always get all the way back up. You don't see one plate going all the way down, and then 2, the form gets worse, 3, the form gets even worse, 4 and 5 is just half reps. That is not what we want, all right? We want to make sure that the form stays exactly the same no matter how heavy the weight is. All right, let's get some more weight on here. It's feeling okay, so I'm going to go up again. And again, I'm just kind of assessing the process as I go at the moment. So just easing my body in. I don't necessarily even count the warm-up sets. And then as I start getting a bit heavier, then I'm going to start counting these reps. But as for now, getting the blood in there, making it happen, and yeah, getting the weight moving. I'm not one of these people who just likes taking 2 minutes rest between sets. I go as soon as I feel ready, as soon as I feel like my body's recovered, whether that be a minute, whether it be 2 minutes if I've finished a heavy set or whatever, but yeah, I'm just going as soon as I'm ready. So I'll keep the session intense and make sure every single set counts. Let's go heavier again. These are needed now. Best knee sleeves in the business. Someone try and prove me wrong. Trust me, the extreme knee sleeves from Gunsmith are unbelievable. Promise you on that. I'm wearing a size large right now, and they're absolutely bang on. Even if you haven't got bad knees, mine are okay, I suppose. But if you've got sore knees, or you get sore knees when you squat or anything, these really help cushion the joint and allow you to kind of break through some barriers, but also not destroy your body in the process. I'm gonna see how this feels first, and then go from there. Thing is with legs, you just gotta go into that mental zone, block everything else out, and just focus like that laser vision. Once I get that, doesn't matter what weight's on there, I'll do it. Oh! Ooh. Oh! Oh! One more. Yeah. See, that weight's about perfect. I'm hitting 10 reps there. I'll get 8 to 10 on the next set and do a drop set to failure. Might even do a double drop set if I'm feeling good. Can't beat that feeling of getting under some heavy weight though. Fucking moving it properly. No half reps, getting all the way down, as you'll see. Exactly as I said I was gonna. I get all the way down, all the way back up. And once again, we're getting the volume. We had a few light sets warming up, sticking to like 10, 12 reps or whatever. I'm just building my weight up. And then when I get up to the heavy working sets, I'm still working for reps. I'm not doing 2 or 3 shitty scraper reps. I'm not hitting the powerlifting. This is a hack squat. We're trying to build muscle, not just move weight from A to B. I'm trying to obliterate my quads. I want them to grow. So, last set on here, like I say, I'm just gonna get horrible on this. I'm just gonna do 4, 3, 2, 1, fuck it. That's what we're doing. And if you do this workout, I hope you're thinking, I hope he's not gonna do a quadruple drop set. That's exactly what we are gonna do. So, failure, 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 failure. That's the plan. You've gotta get fucking that laser vision. Switch off, switch on. Fucking go until you can't go anymore. Right, failure times 4 here. Let's fucking get it. Oh, my quads feel like they're gonna rip. I wish I had a Fitbit on or something now. See what my heart rate's saying. Feels like it's gonna pop on my chest. If you take a set to failure like that, and you know you couldn't give any more, then you're gonna progress from it. If you finish a set and think, that was all right, but I could have done more, why didn't you? You know what I mean? Especially if it's like your last set. Like, you need to be pushing your body's boundaries if you want to change, simple as that. And the only way to do that is to get out of your comfort zone and just go to that place, wherever it is, that your mindset goes to, and then just go until you can't go anymore. But I'm gonna move on, and one of the beauties of this gym is that it's got such a range of different equipment. You'll not find this in many gyms, but we've got a plate loaded, like hip press or leg press, whatever you want to call it. It's a really nice machine, because the thing that I love about it, backrest nice and flat, so I can keep my lower back rammed into that pad and just do all the work with my legs. So as soon as my leg's coming back there, I'm pressing forwards, I'm pressing through my heel, I'm driving that board away, I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can through that heel. So I'm gonna get a little bit of a warm-up done, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So back stays flat in the pad, I'm staying right in the middle, I'm not moving to one side or to the other side. I'm at a distance away where my leg is fully contracted. I want to be working my quad all the way, right the way down, so I'm not too far away, but I'm not too close where I can't actually move. So I'm getting my full outer quad right there, and press away. And again, what I'm not doing is I'm not fully locking out my leg like that. We don't want that, because then all of that tension's now on my kneecap, and we don't want that. We want to keep our kneecaps, yeah? So if I just keep that slight bend just before lockout, that's going to keep all the tension on my legs and not on my joints like that, okay? So nice and easy, control it back and drive. And what I find, if you ever use one of these bits of equipment, I don't like fully all the way extend, I just keep that. So I keep almost like a 3/4 pulse rep, and it just pushes so much blood into your outer quads, it's unbelievable. That is one thing you've got to watch when your legs are ruined, like mine are after hack squat now. You've got to watch that you're not blocking them legs out, because we want to keep the tension on the muscle and not the joint. And when your legs are buckling all the time, as soon as I was trying to straighten my leg, it wants to give. So watch what you're doing, get some more weight on. Key to getting a good pump. You're not drinking enough water. Water's the thing that carries everything around the body. Think about that. If you're dehydrated, you ain't gonna get a good pump. Drink more water, eat plenty of food, you'll get a good pump. Only thing I hate about this machine is if I've done hack squats, it just makes me feel so sick. Just that pressure. Woo. Ruthless. I feel like that sicky feeling on legs though is like, it's all right, it's not too bad. You get over it, I kind of like it. On this video I've also got a link in the description, so if you do want anything, absolute shameless plug, but you know how it is. Need anything from Gunsmith, hit the description. Need anything from USN, both links are in there. Discount code, box off, so if you do need help, give me a shout, and yeah, we can get that sorted out, no problem. Shameless plug over and done with, I'll never do that again. Starting to get a bit serious now. Come on. One more. think we're gonna go one more plate on just to finish it off. Do you know what I really dislike? People who don't rack the weights. People who will come to the gym and leave their shit all over. It really fucking grates on me. Like, I've always kind of lived by the rule of go in, ruin yourself, and leave it like you were never there. And in my opinion, it's just gym respect and gym etiquette. And if you're a good person, you'll do that. What really infuriates me is when you're looking around for a few plates in the gym and then they're just like a fully loaded machine or barbell or something like that. Anyone who's out there thinking, oh shit, yeah, that's me, you're a dick. Don't do it. That's made me angry for this set down though. Every negative has a positive, eh? Jesus. As I was failing there, all I did was actually try and slow the reps down and make them even harder. So although I'm not getting the reps that I want, I'm still taking the muscle to complete failure. All right, so moving on. That is pretty much quads toasted now. So we're gonna move on to hamstrings. So we're gonna start off with a few warm-ups on this seated hamstring curl. Probably my favorite machine for hamstrings ever. Just the squeeze and the contraction. The way I try and think of hamstrings is that when you're doing it, you're almost thinking of a bicep curl. It's that extension and then the flexion of the muscle. It's exactly the same. The extension is when your leg's fully extended with the weight driving your leg up, and then that contraction is when you drive your legs down, squeeze your hamstring as hard as you possibly can. Think of it like a bicep when you're doing it, and you'll work it really hard. Starting light, and then we'll just build up from there. So when I'm curling down, I'm really squeezing the underside of my legs. And when I'm doing it as well, I'm keeping my toes pointed out as well. I'm not doing this because as soon as I do that, I'll contract my calf. Keep your toes like that, upwards. Then when you drive down, you're gonna squeeze your hamstrings. This is the sort of position that you normally get to in a leg workout where people normally sack it off. They'll normally go super hard on quads and then sit on a hamstring curl, feel a little bit sick like I do right now, and just be like, I'll do a few sets, skip calves, and then go on. Don't do that, all right? At the end of the day, if you want a solid set of legs, your hamstrings have got to match your quads. Don't just try and overdevelop your quads, have no hamstrings and puny calves. All right, think about it. If you want that overall well-rounded leg, hamstrings have got to match the quads, and you've got to train calves, and then you look great. The love-hate about this machine, as soon as I go on it, my hamstrings get so pumped up they just start cramping. So if you're in the same boat, just give them a stretch out in between sets, because otherwise it's only going to get worse. Squeeze. We've got one more set left on hamstring curl. Last set, what we're going to do is we're going to do what we call a cluster set. So basically a cluster set is going to be like an overall high amount of reps, but we're going to do them in mini sets. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 12 reps. We're going to try and keep the weight heavy as well on this. This is why it's called a cluster rather than a drop set. We do 12 reps, then we're going to take 5-6 seconds off, then we're going to do 8 reps, then we're going to have 5-6 seconds off, and then we're going to do 5 reps. So it's 25 reps in total. all right? But we're trying to keep the weight exactly the same. If I need to drop it, I'll drop it, but I'm not dropping it, all right? I'm gonna try and keep the weight as heavy as I possibly can. We get them little bits of rest in, and this is a ridiculous way of doing heavy weight for a lot of reps, because it's one set, just all over, you're just getting absolutely into it and just trying to kind of move that heavy weight for a high amount of reps, all right? So just watch, you'll see exactly what I'm doing, and then try and replicate it when you're doing it if you're doing this session. That is horrific, try that, trust me. We're gonna finish this off, I'm gonna do some walking lunges, and then we're gonna finish off with some calves, all right? So what I'm just gonna do, my legs are pretty burnt out now anyway, so I'm not gonna do anything too heavy. I'm just gonna do some bodyweight walking lunges all the way up and down the track, finish off with a few rounds on calves. I'm trying to hit calves 2 or 3 times a week at the moment, so I'm throwing them on the end of like shoulders or arms or something like that, and like obviously once on my leg days as well, just because they finish off a physique. Walking lunges, they're just gonna get straight in, just body weight, and yeah, and just blast them out really. Keeping a form, but just blasting them. So when I'm hitting them lunges, what I'm doing, I'm actually stepping my foot out. A lot of people understep a lunge and they go in here, so they're trying to go down and their legs are buckling all over. That's not what we want. We want to step out so that that leg can go down on a 90-degree angle, so that we're actually working the quads, we're working the hamstrings, and we're working the glutes. If we overstep too much, you're putting way too much strain on the hamstrings. If we understep too much, way too much through the knee, way too much through the quad. So go 90 degrees, and then when you're pushing up, drive through that heel. You push through that heel, it's going to fire everything through there, and there, and that's what we want. We want to be driving up off that leg, okay? So control yourself down, steady yourself, and drive up. Oh, the perfect finisher, literally the perfect finisher. Quads, hamstring. If you're contracting your legs right, the quads, hamstrings, and glute are just going to be so fired up. And again, realistically, the majority of the work's done now. If I can load this up with, let's say 60 to 100 kilos on these lunges, did I even work hard when I was over there? That was the main part, like real big compounds, the thing that I'm putting my 100% into, so that when I'm doing this now, I'm just trying to overload the muscle with blood, exactly like we did with chest, exactly like we did with back. We're trying to push as much blood into the quads, into the hamstrings, into the glutes as we possibly can. Overload the muscle, finish it off, and then we're out of here. We're looking at about 40 lunges per set here. 20 there, 20 back. That's 22 lunges there. Now we go 22 back to finish. 44 lunges a set, that is not nice. God. That is what we want. Now we're going to finish them off with some seated calves, just to blast them calves into the ground, finish them off with a crazy pump. So let's get them calves boxed off, then we've hit everything. So when we're hitting calves, my preferred is a seated calf, but I will switch things up. I'll use a leg press, or I'll use like a Smith machine or whatever. but I really do like that seated calf for giving your calves that big spike. All right, so when we're hitting these, again, I just try and keep the form nice and tight, keep it nice and controlled. When I'm driving up, I'm coming right up onto my tiptoes, right up there, squeezing that calf as hard as we possibly can up the top, and then we're going to control it back down. So what I'm doing is I'm going 15 reps on each set, roughly, roundabout, and I'm doing 10 normal. Then I'm going to hold at the bottom for 5 seconds, just to really stretch and elongate the calf out. And then I'm going to drive up for the last 5 with a nice pause and squeeze at the top. So 10 normal, then 5 hold at the bottom, and then 5 pause reps right at the top to really squeeze the calves as hard as we can. And again, I'm keeping the rest time relatively low. I'm not kind of just pissing about in between sets, I'm just going at it. As you can see, guys, we kept the intensity through the full session, no matter how ruined we feel. At the end of the day, on legs, it's always one of them where you are going to feel pretty horrendous if you're hitting them hard, but at the end of the day, that's just how it's got to be. Like, it's 50% of your body. That's what you got to think about. And the reason why hitting legs as hard as you possibly can is so beneficial is because it is that 50% of your body. So if you're busting your ass on legs, you're actually really developing a good portion of your physique. Last thing we want, whether you are doing bodybuilding or whether you're just, I don't know, training for holiday or just training for normal well-being, you do not want a big upper body and shit little twig legs. That is not what we want at all. All right, last round. 15 reps. That's 10. Hold at the bottom. 2, 1. Pause reps. 2, 3, 4. My God. That is a wrap. That was episode 3 of the Raw and Ready series, leg day. I know everyone's giving the back session a try, I know everyone's giving that chest session a try, so make sure you get this done as well. It's not for the faint-hearted, a lot of sets, a lot of reps, high volume as hell. Your legs are gonna get probably the best pump they've ever had if you're not used to training them like this. Heavy weight, volume, ticking all the boxes at the end of the day, so give it a blast. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, that is part 3 boxed off, guys. We've got 2 more sessions to go. We've got shoulders and we've got arms. All right, so and then that'll be the 5-part series, and then it's going to be time to start prep. So I'm really excited now. I want to get this 5-part series done. Keep giving you videos every single week, guys. All right, you know I'm trying to bring that content. So if you like them, please like the video, please share it if you can. I really appreciate the support so far. And yeah, we'll keep this channel growing. Like, share and subscribe, you know the drill, people. And yeah, shoulders or arms are coming next. Let's get it done. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I appreciate the support.